Hi there! Getting an internship may not be as difficult as you would think. Today, we're going to go over some resources that you can use to help look for internships. Next, we'll talk about some tips on how you can land that internship, and without further ado, let's get right into it. The first resource that you should definitely be using when you're looking for internships is your school's career portal. It's probably the most effective way of looking for internships, since most companies and recruiters will be the ones who are posting these internships. You'll also be facing less competition than you would if you were to apply to a big job website like monster.com or indeed.com. For example, let's say you're applying to an internship you found on monster.com. You're facing thousands upon thousands of people who are mass applying their resumes to any opportunity that they can get. Now, on the other hand, if you were to apply to that same internship through your school's career portal, you're now only really going up against your classmates and those students who are in your school who are applying to that position. So as you can see, there's a lot less competition when you're going directly through your school's career portal, essentially cutting out the middleman. The second website that you should definitely be leveraging is a website called LeetCode. LeetCode is an amazing website for computer science and IT students who are trying to prepare for technical interviews. The site is centered around technical interview questions and can range from really basic questions to more difficult and advanced questions where you really need to know your data structures and algorithms and how to implement these data structures. LeetCode is an amazing resource, especially if you're a junior looking to grab your first internship. By making it a daily activity where you practice maybe 1 or 2 questions a day, it can really help your technical interview skills when you interview for that next company. So really brush up on your data structures and algorithms and try to make it a habit of doing these questions every day, as it will really separate you from the competition, especially in technical interviews. The last resource that I wanted to share is a subreddit called CS Career Questions. If you're not already aware, CS Career Questions is a really big community of computer science and IT students who are constantly asking questions and bringing up really important topics. These topics and questions can range from things such as what sort of technical interview questions should you be expecting from, say, Amazon, and what sort of compensation should you be expecting if you in fact land that internship. There are tons of great posts and topics that are constantly being brought up, so you should definitely take a look. There are also daily threads and posts about resumes and resume tips and advice. So if you're finding yourself not getting callbacks or interviews, it could be that your resume is not up to par. Taking a look at these posts can really help to bolster your resume and improve it. So if you haven't already, you should go and take a look at all the questions and all the comments that are around that subreddit. So those were the 3 resources that I wanted to share. Next, let's talk about some tips. The first tip on how you can improve your chances of landing your first internship is by going to hackathons. If you aren't already aware, hackathons are coding competitions, usually sponsored by really big companies like Google or Facebook. By going to hackathons, you're putting yourself out there, but you're also getting onto the radars of these big companies who are hosting these events. And the best part about going to hackathon is if you end up ranking really high, say 1st or 2nd place, the chances of you getting an offer for an internship from one of the companies that is sponsoring the hackathon is really high. Actually, in some cases, the sole purpose of a hackathon is for companies to scout for new talent. Now, if you're worried about not being good enough at coding, or if you don't know how to code, that's not really an issue. Hackathons are really open to anyone who is willing to learn and is willing to put in some time and effort. So if you already haven't gone to one, definitely try and go to your first one. After going to your first one, the next one is only going to get easier. The next tip that I have is for you to actually avoid mass applying your resumes to these really big job sites like monster.com or indeed.com. While I'm sure there are tons of great opportunities, there are just as many bad job offers and job listings as well. So it's really a good idea to avoid posting your resume too often to these websites. Instead, what I would recommend you do is to look up a list of the top Fortune 500 companies, and once you've looked through that list, try to find some of the companies that you would really like to intern at or work for. Once you have that list of companies that you would like to work for, go ahead and go directly to those companies' website and apply there. You're not only going to save yourself some headaches down the road, but it's a lot more safe and a lot more effective as well. The last tip that I have for you as a student is to network. This word is thrown around a lot, but it's really important that you understand the concept of networking. Learning how to network, especially when you're still a student, can only benefit you later down in your career. So what do I mean by networking? Well, it means to actually get yourself out there and talk to others, make connections, and interact with recruiters, friends, and get involved in clubs. My first internship was actually through a friend of mine who I met at a networking event at my school. If I hadn't gone to this event, I would have never gotten that internship, and most importantly, I would have never made that friend. And even to this day, about 3 years later, he and I are still really great friends. We became really good friends because of that networking event, and I got that internship because he referred me to the place that he was working at the time. So I hope this video was helpful. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Give it a dislike if you didn't, and subscribe for more videos. Also, in the comment section below, give me some feedbacks and suggestions on what you would like to see in the next video. Thanks!